Hello, everybody. It's Barbara, and welcome to Warrior Friday. Lots going on today. And by the way, Thea is right at the foot of the tripod, so if it moves, that's just her. A really good friend of mine is having surgery today. And so I would like to ask everyone to just take a moment and pray or meditate or whatever it is you do. Ask your higher selves and your higher powers to not just keep him in your thoughts and prayers, but to keep everybody in your thoughts and prayers. Everybody is going through things right now. I'm not going to say it's a tough time. I don't want to put that energy out there, but it's a transitional time. And a lot of people are going through things. So this is a really special time. We all volunteered to come here. We are the light warriors. We came here to shine our light. So if we can keep those people in our thoughts and prayers and do everything we can to keep ourselves centered and balanced and working with the light, that's what makes this world a better place. Don't worry about all the stuff that's going on in the background, okay? If you're a light warrior, that's not your territory, okay? Your territory is yourself and your immediate loved ones, and to shine the light and to be love. And if each one of us does that, we've got the whole world covered. All right, so pass that on. Having said that, today we have a card from the Spirit of the Wheel deck. And it is card number 11, my favorite number, go figure. This is card number 11. It's the South card. Now, yesterday, we just had a new moon. And the new moon is all about a time when we should be going inside of ourselves and deciding what we want the next 4 weeks to be, setting our intention. Now, this does not mean plan them out, because we all know that when you plan something, the universe is like, watch this. Yeah, but you can set the intention. I want to be the best person I can be. I want to help others. Something very broad and encompassing. And that's what we need to do. So if you haven't done so yet, today is a really good time to set the intention for the next 4 weeks. Now, the cool thing is, just past that 4-week period is the official start date of spring. So, yay us. I'm sitting in the middle of Minnesota where it's really freaking cold. And this weekend is supposed to be even colder. Yay us. So stay warm. And I'm setting the intention for a beautiful spring and warmer temperatures starting on Monday. I mean, I want them to start today, but I'm being realistic. All right. Card number 11 says, you have reached a significant stage in your own growth. Inner transformation occurs because you have outgrown the parts of yourself that are no longer serving your highest good. You are discovering the power of the self. The South represents the emotional maturity derived from life's lessons. The fire of the South heralds a time of much achievement. Now we're at the end of Mercury in retrograde. I know there's a lot happening this coming week because of Mercury in retrograde, so don't be surprised. But think of all the lessons learned because of Mercury in retrograde. Facing your fears is never an easy task, but it is now within your power to control fear. This is why we have this card today. Be gentle with yourself and feel good about where you are right now. We need to make sure that we do that because we worked hard to get to right here, right now, whether it's consciously or subconsciously. Learn to love yourself and others unconditionally. Unconditionally. Not, I love you in spite of this, in spite of that. No, I love you no matter what. Lessons can be painful at times, so we should not always take ourselves too seriously. When we lighten up on life and on ourselves, we can see things from a healthier and higher perspective. Learn to trust in the divine plan. In time, when you look back on a difficult experience, you will understand the importance of the lesson learned. And isn't that true? We don't always understand the lesson at the time. Sometimes it's a month later, 2 months later, 6 months later, 10 years later, a lifetime later. But the lesson is there. And if you're open to it, it will shine on you like the sun is shining on me right now. All right. I have something that I'm going to read today from one of our clients. And she shared her experience with me. And I said, will you please write that? You need to write the story of it. And I asked if I could share it on a video. And she said yes. So I'm just putting it out there that if you have an experience that you want to share with others, I'm offering my venue. I get the right of first refusal, of course. Keep it clean. This is a PC show. So I'm just going to read her story. This is all about connectedness. I want to tell you a story about connection and intention. About feeling lost and finding yourself firmly in something completely mundane. Now, I'm not going to edit her words at all. Okay, so these are Rosie's words. I am very new to my spiritual path. It seems to ebb and flow within me, and at times I feel lost within it. Like I'm not sure if that is where I'm meant to be, or maybe I'm doing it wrong, or is this what I'm supposed to do? Between tarot and pendulums and meditations, it has been painfully obvious how disconnected I was. My guides were practically shouting at me, you need to find balance and breathe and find peace. And I just couldn't. So I decided to focus on one thing. I wanted to do some home protection work. Eggshells work well for that. So I saved my eggshells, dried them, and after tucking my little gremlins into bed, those would be her children, I took to crushing and storing them. I loaded the eggs into my mortar and began to crush them. I soon became very aware of the sound of the mortar and pestle scraping against each other, the popping of the shells as they crumbled into smaller pieces, the sound it made as they poured into the empty glass jar. And suddenly, I felt this wave of peace and connection run over me. Like my guides were embracing me and telling me that this was a moment that I needed to savor. And that's when it all became so clear to me. These eggshells, these are from eggs I buy from my best friend. I've met those hens. I've watched our kids laugh and hold hands as they collect those eggs and bring them inside. I have formulated the feed that they eat. The very nourishment that created those eggs and these shells, I designed that for them. I saw the cycle the whole way through. And now I stand here processing these shells to fortify the protections within my home the way those hens fortified the protections for the delicate egg within. These weren't nameless or faceless eggs from Walmart. These eggs have a story that I am honored and privileged to be a part of. This is my full circle moment, my moment of divine connection to the world around me.
Hi, is this a flower shop, floral? No?
Just 1 minute, I'll be right back. I'm sorry, sir, this is not a floral shop. The only one in town is 2 blocks up on Main Street on the other side of the street.
Just go right up here?
Yep, Joyful Blooms.
On the other side of the street?
Yep.
Okay.
I have to laugh. So we got interrupted, but it was the very end of her story. And it was a man looking for flowers. Now, I know that everything that happens is a part of our journey. It's a message for us. And I just found that that's really interesting that a stranger just happened to come in at the end of Rosie's story and he was looking for flowers. There's a message there. Use your intuition and you see how that applies to you. So I just want to say thank you to Rosie for your beautiful story about connectedness. I think it is amazing. Your aha moment. Thank you for sharing that with all of us. It's beautiful. I'm going to share it at the Eagles Healing Nest next week when I do my workshop. If you have a story that you want me to share, just get it to me, whatever way works for you. And remember that I love you guys. I send you my love. And blessings for love, light, peace, joy, happiness, success, divine health, and all good things because you're worthy and you deserve them. Namaste.